Hi there, welcome to my goodbye video. Yes, you saw it on the thumbnail and that was not clickbait. I have officially decided to leave this luxury YouTube channel. I won't be putting up any more videos on this channel. I thought I would come on here to film an official video to properly say goodbye to all of you who have followed me or I've connected with over my YouTube journey. Clearly, there are reasons behind my decision and I will get to them. But firstly, I want to say I'm not one of these people who have lost interest in luxury and I'm selling all my handbags. No, that's not me. There are just other reasons behind it. I wish I could get over this luxury addiction or obsession, but no, I actually have bought a bag. Let me show you that quickly because we all get very excited about that on this kind of channel. So, so this is my newest addition to my luxury handbag collection. Please meet my new Fendi Mini Peekaboo. She is in Napa leather, and as you can see, there's a bit of wear and tear on her. She's lost a bit of structure. So I did purchase this second hand. This is in the color taupe. I don't know the official name, but it's a taupey sort of color, and it comes with silver hardware. I'm already using it. It's full of my stuff, and I've gone ahead and wrapped it with this scarf. And it does come with its own strap, but I've put on my own Amazon third-party strap, which I prefer to use it with because it's much more comfortable. So I guess I'm just showing you this because I'm just trying to tell you that, I'm not over luxury. I still love buying luxury handbags. I did buy this a few months ago when Jessie Style did a vlog sale via the Purser Fair, which is the luxury consignor that she works at. For those of you who actually watched my wishlist video earlier in the year, the Fendi Peekaboo, I did not put that on my wish list because I never thought I would acquire a Fendi Peekaboo. I find the Fendi Peekaboos are overpriced. They retail for over 7,000 Australian dollars, and although they don't generally hold their value, they still go for about 3,000-4,000 on the resale market. And I just don't really feel like I want to pay that price for a Fendi Peekaboo because I'm not sure about a couple of their functional designs. So I'm always worried about my hand knocking against this turn lock over here as I put my hand in and out to reach for things. And I wasn't ever sure whether it would completely hold all my essentials. But this one popped up on the Purser Fair for a really good price. It was under $2,000, and I've never seen a Fendi Peekaboo resale for such a good price. So I decided to bite the bullet and give it a go. And with the vlog sale that Jessie was doing, the person who put in the first order got a free Labubu, and here she is. This is my very cute Labubu that I got with this purchase. How cute is she? I find that the color goes really well together, but I find where this would attach makes it really awkward for getting in and out of the bag. So I don't actually wear this Labubu with this Fendi Mini Peekaboo. Anyway, I've been using her really frequently and I've really been enjoying her. One of the things that I do realize is that I do feel much more relaxed using bags that have been worn in. Anyway, so yes, I just wanted to show you that, yeah, I'm still into luxury. I still have things on my wish list. I am at this present moment more gunning for Hermes. And I thought, I have a strategy around building my Hermes collection or completing it anyway, however you want to say it. Right at this moment in time, I do want a Kelly 25. You know, my mind changes frequently and, we won't talk about that. And I want to say as well, although I'm not going to be putting up videos, and although I haven't actually been putting up videos that often, I've been watching all of your videos. I found a new way to watch my videos really efficiently, and that is to watch you guys hands-free while I drive. And look, I say watch, but I'm not actually looking at the screen. I actually have you on my car Bluetooth, so I'm listening to you guys, and that way I'm actually watching more and more videos than I did before, and I'm totally enjoying it. One of the things that I did find about constantly watching a screen that's really small is that my eyes get really tired, and watching your videos like that while I'm hands-free looking at the road when I'm driving and listening has been much more satisfying for me. In which case, what it does mean is, although I'm watching all your videos, I'm unable to type any comments while I'm driving clearly. So this is potentially why it may seem like I'm no longer present, but you know, I'm okay with that. I just wanted to let all of you guys know that I'm still watching all your videos, and if anything, watching more creators than I used to, because there's a more efficient and satisfying way for me to watch your videos. So I guess just to give a bit of context, I thought I would just quickly recap some of my journey on YouTube. I started my YouTube channel in 2020, right in the midst of the pandemic. It was a stressful time for a lot of people. For me, particularly at the time, I was a new mum. My daughter was quite young, and I have found the early stages of motherhood to be extremely stressful. She's bigger now, so I'm, managing much, much better now that she's bigger and she's in school. She is much more independent than she used to be. But at that time, as you can imagine, when you're a new mum, you're mostly hanging out with other moms who's just talking about the children. No one else is talking about handbags because it almost seems a bit superficial and frivolous talking about luxury handbags when you have a newborn baby. And I don't know. As we all know, for those of us who love luxury, we're always potentially subject to criticism for enjoying such frivolous things in our lives. And also in the early stages of motherhood, for those of us moms, we know that it's almost like reliving the same routine, 15, 20 times a day, because that is sort of the cycle of a little child, isn't it? You kind of just repeat, 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 repeat. So I really needed a creative outlet. I knew that YouTube was something I could potentially squeeze into my already quite tight schedule, tight but not particularly stimulating schedule. So because doing YouTube, a mom can stay at home, and while the baby's sleeping or while she has a moment, she can put up her camera and do everything from home, and there's not a significant pressure from an employer or anything like that. You kind of meet your own standards and you go according to your own routine. So YouTube was something that I felt would fit into the needs of my schedule and also give me that creative outlet. I personally do really like talking to a camera because I can just do like verbal diarrhea and just let everything out. And I find that extremely therapeutic. And this is probably why I actually did a lot of YouTube in the past few years. I find it really therapeutic talking to a camera. And then I also really enjoyed the editing process because I found that extremely immersive. So those were the main drivers of me actually starting a YouTube channel. Obviously, if I could make a small amount of money on the side, I wouldn't complain. I've never made that much money from YouTube, but I appreciate that at least that money's there rather than having $0 accumulated in this time. And the other thing is, my YouTube channel essentially facilitated my journey to accumulating all my holy grail luxury handbags that I wanted. And if you need a recap, my holy grail bags was an Hermes Birkin, and I do have an Hermes Birkin 25. And then I wanted an Hermes Kelly. I have a Kelly 32. I talked about wanting a Kelly 25. So I still want a Kelly 25, but I feel the Kelly 32 fills that gap, at least for now. And then I wanted a Dior, a Lady Dior, and also a Chanel Classic Flap. So in this time that I've been on YouTube, I have acquired all of these bags already, and I'm so appreciative of that. I've accumulated a whole lot of other bags as well along the way. Yeah, so on some level, from a luxury point of view, I do feel very satisfied. And although a luxury or a handbag lover, like myself, because not everyone feels like me, I would always have the desire to buy a new bag. I do. I still have desires, and I've been trying to cope with those desires in different ways. I've bought cheaper bags and things like that to satisfy my cravings. And with all the shopping that I've done in the last 5 years that I've been on YouTube, I realized, or I've accepted, it's not that I didn't know, but I finally accepted that no, I prefer real estate and space and less clutter over luxury handbags. So I still have a lot of handbags. I'm pretty sure I have still about 40 handbags. Some of them I may sell, some of them I may not. I'm not sure. So from my point of view, I really don't feel I need to shop anymore. I've also touched on before that I do have really big financial goals. I really want to retire early if I can. I would like to spend the later years of my life helping out my daughter and my family. As I am getting older, I do realize that the ability for me to tolerate work is actually decreasing. I'm becoming less patient, less flexible. I don't learn as quickly as I used to. And I just can't imagine what I'll be like in 10 years. I'm just concerned that I'll get to a point that I'm burnt out and really jaded and I just can't be bothered. So I kind of want to have that freedom of choice to leave the workforce if I want to. So I'm giving myself about 10 to 11 years to build up a nest egg so that I can then leave the workforce or at least adjust my work hours and my commitments to suit my personality or my state of mind at that time in the future. So that in itself has really driven me to reallocate my time and my funds. I'm very excited about how that's going at the moment, and I'm even more excited to see where I will go. Essentially, I have got a different interest that's stimulating me a lot at the moment. I'm trying to learn as much as possible about investing and growing wealth. Yeah. There are other things that have occurred in the luxury world that have discouraged me from purchasing luxury. It's just created some doubt in my mind. We all remember the controversy with Balenciaga. I have, in my mind, cancelled Balenciaga. I just expected a bigger consequence from such an outrageous campaign, but that did not meet my expectations, and therefore, at least that's one less brand to buy from for me, and yeah, save my money, right? And the most recent development of Demna going now from Balenciaga to Gucci, I've kind of like, well, guys, this is really disappointing me. I don't have any Balenciaga bags. I do have a couple of Gucci bags, but from my point of view, it's like, okay, well, if Demna's gone over to Gucci, I'm not going to purchase Gucci anymore. And it just gives me then an impression of how carrying the conglomerate that Gucci and Balenciaga are under, I just get an impression of how, well, a not so good impression of how they run things. And under that conglomerate, there's like Saint Laurent as well. So it kind of gives me this whole lot of brands to not buy from anymore, which is great for my bank account. And then, of course, there is all these dissatisfaction with how the Louis Vuitton X Murakami 20th anniversary collection has dropped, and how people were made to put a full deposit down for their pre-orders, but a lot of people never got them. I've experienced something similar-ish with the Louis Vuitton X Yayoi Kusama collection. That collection wasn't as popular as the Murakami one, but I do remember having to put down full deposits for the items that I wanted. The Pumpkin Speedy 20 was a bag that I have still not gotten over. So if you don't know the story, I did put in a pre-order, I received the bag, unfortunately it was defective and I had to send it back, and Louis Vuitton did not have another bag to sell to me. So yeah, I still really like that bag. I still think about it, I still ogle over it, and I don't really want to purchase it from a reseller. I just, anyway, whatever, right? That's left an ongoing bitter taste in my mouth. And of course, we talk about the alleged quality issues that have been emerging from all the luxury houses. I'm kind of like, well, look, let's just, essentially it's planted doubt in my mind about whether the trouble of buying all these bags is actually worthwhile. Otherwise, making videos for YouTube is also very time consuming, and another big change that has occurred in my life is that I've significantly increased my work hours, and my regular job pays me a lot more than YouTube, so it really lines up with my financial goals. For those of you who followed me for a long time, you would have known that I love editing. Like, it really fed me, and because I found it so immersive, it really gave me a sense of satisfaction. And also sometimes when I needed to escape some portions of my life because I found it so mundane or stressful, I found editing very satisfying and very fulfilling. Since my life is so different now, I don't feel the urge or the urgency to go and edit to make myself feel better anymore. So there's a time factor and the fulfillment that I get from editing videos now. So with all those factors lining up, although for a long time I never thought that I was going to leave YouTube, because I remember all the happiness and the joy and the satisfaction that I got from making and publishing YouTube videos, all the connections that I've made with all of you. In my mind, I never thought I would let it go. People talk about the universe being behind you, and I absolutely believe in the law of attraction. I am very intentional, and most things that I want to do, I plan and take the steps to do it, and I try and make the universe back me up, as opposed to checking signs in the universe to guide where I go. So with all these factors in mind, I do feel that this decision of mine to leave YouTube has been quite organic. A lot of you have noticed that I've not been uploading particularly consistently on YouTube. I did mention in one of my older videos that time was getting away from me, and in order to keep up with my YouTube channel, I might do some headless videos. But I think the real issue with myself is the time to edit. And I don't really want to outsource editing to somebody else, because I'd have to pay them, and YouTube doesn't pay me enough to balance out that that expense. With a lot of things, when I'm not sure, time will often just tell me the answer, and I feel like enough time has passed to make this decision very clear to myself. So from the bottom of my heart, for those of you who have watched my videos, for those of you who've connected and talked to me, I want to say thank you. And I've really appreciated the friendships and the connections that we've made. I will still always be around watching your videos, and sometimes I still leave a comment or I leave a heart, and that's usually because I'm watching your videos on a Saturday morning on my own while I'm having breakfast, and I essentially can use my hands to type in a comment. Anyway, I will not drag this video on any longer. Here is my bittersweet goodbye to you guys, and yeah, stay connected. I still have my Instagram account open. I still talk to a number of you guys on there. And certainly if you want to reach out, talk to me. And if I ever visit your countries, I'll come and let you know, because I would love to catch up with you. I did have plans to go to New York this year, but unfortunately those plans had to be cancelled. So Dawn and Lula West, I know we were supposed to catch up when I got there, but unfortunately not this year. So maybe another year then. Thank you so much for watching this video, and leave me a comment if you want to. I will certainly respond. And I wish all of you all the best and a wonderful life. Bye-bye.